Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Apologetically Me. I'm Maggie.
I'm Wanda.
And even though no time has passed for you listeners, a lot of time has passed for me and Wanda here. It's been a while since I've seen Wanda. She has been very busy. But before we get started, actually this episode will be about current events. So we're just gonna do some updates. So Wanda, tell the people what has been going on. Why have we not seen each other in about 2 weeks?
Barely, like a week.
It's been so long.
It's been so long. So as per the last episode, I made a trip over to Vancouver for the Christmas Secret Santa gift that I got Jordan. And every single day, Jordan was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna move back here. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna move back here." And I had the exact opposite reaction where I was like, "It is worse than I remembered it to be." Every time I saw a hill, I thought of Maggie and I was going to snap her and be like, "Hey, look, this is a hill." Um,
Not the hill
I'm
that
not
you
tr-
wanted to die on.
yes. There was a lot of them. Let me tell you. So bad decision making on my part, but I walked a lot. I walked 17,000 steps on the first day, and that was a mistake because I haven't walked on concrete for a very long time. And the next day, I woke up with really bad shin splints. So that kind of wrecked the rest of my week because every time I walked outside, I was like, ow, 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 ow. So like walking got even worse. Um, the food was like not, it was okay. Like there wasn't that many like brunch places other than the one, and the one was not as good as I remembered it to be. The coffee shops still pretty nice. Happy hour was really no longer as prominent of a thing as it was like the last time I was there, which was really upsetting because that was like what I knew Vancouver as. It was like the land of happy hour. Prices went up. Ooh, I like. There's so many beefs this week that like this isn't even one of my beefs, but I was very very angry about it. So Vancouver has this new thing as of this year. All takeout cups, so like coffee cups, bubble tea cups, are 25 cents on top of the menu price.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
And takeout bags of any sort are an additional 15 cents.
Are
So like a
you
McDonald's bag is 15 cents extra.
are you shitting my dick? What?
I am not shitting your dick, Maggie. That is facts.
Is it because of like the whole supply chain issue thing that happened with BC?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like an environmentally friendly thing. Like, oh, you're supposed to bring your own reusable mugs and your own like paper, like your own bags and stuff to go pick up your own food. But it just feels like just adding more cost to the consumer.
Wait, so like when McDonald's gives you your fries and burger, you have to bring your own bag for that to avoid that 15-cent charge.
Yes, they'll ask you at the very end, like, oh, do you want a bag? And if you say yes, they'll charge you 15 cents.
What the
If you,
fuck?
yeah, I know.
Why would anyone want to live there?
I know. I kept on like every single time I was like, Jordan, like if we go get coffee, that's like an extra 25 cents that we're adding on to this cost.
That's so weird.
It's
That's new.
insane. It's new. It came in this year and I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever happened. Like everything I had to like so me and Jordan love canned drinks. So, for example, we have like a stack of bubblies and like diet whatever pops and everything whenever we're together and even when we're separate. So this is not new, but in Vancouver, they charge you 10 cents per every can, like aluminum can or like bottle that you buy. And you're supposed to be able to get that back when you return it to a recycling center. But like, where the fuck are recycling centers in downtown? Like, I didn't see any. And like, you just get charged like $1.20 if you buy like 12 cans on top of the cost you're already paying.
Wow.
Vancouver is unlivable.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Very eco-friendly, but at what cost? Why are we blaming the average consumer for destroying the environment?
Like I get the whole like Walmart paying like you have to pay for bags, like not doing like single use plastic bags anymore. Like I kind of understand that. But it's like when I'm paying 15 cents for a paper bag that I can recycle, mm, it doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was like something that I thought about every single day. Because we had to get takeout all the time. But our hotel was really nice and we got a really good deal on it. And they gave us robes, which
Oh,
is so nice. Our cleaning lady, so nice.
did you take the
It,
robes home?
no, that would have costed me $150 each,
Ugh.
which I also told Jordan. That's like a thing. Like it apparently like they do like an itinerary when you leave, and if you take like the big things, they charge you for those things.
Fine.
Um, but we had housekeeping every single day, which was
Hmm,
nice
that's
because
nice.
yeah, back to pre-COVID rules and everything. Um, yeah, overall went to Stanley Park. Did Stanley Park again for the second time. But this time we biked the 9 kilometers instead of walking it like
Cool.
a psycho. We went to Granville Island. The donuts are still good in Vancouver. And that's about the only thing I'd recommend, donuts and coffee. My next update is so I've mentioned before that I've worked at my parents' restaurant, and I've worked at my parents' restaurant since first year of university. So it's been about 7 years now, almost eight. And on May 1st, they sold it and it closed. And so now we no longer own a restaurant.
Oh shit.
Yeah, unexpected, right?
Yeah. Wait, why? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my parents are getting older. My mom just doesn't want to deal with it anymore. It's been on sale for like a while, but like they had a deal fall through right before COVID and they just got like a new buyer. They were like really dragging their feet and taking their time and everything, and like getting the landlord's approval was like really difficult. It took a while too because the plaza is actually getting sold to another landlord at the same time. Um, so my mom's just like, ugh, like there's just so much I have to do for it. Like I just switched jobs too. Like I'm just so busy and everything. Like I can't deal with doing my job and helping your dad at the store and stuff. And it's just like too much of a headache for her. And I was like, understandable. Now I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to work Mother's Day.
Damn. So what is your dad gonna do now?
Um, it is unclear. So far he has been tasked with cleaning the basement.
Nice. So who owns the store now? What is it gonna be?
It's still, as of right now, still going to be the same store name. It's it I think they're friends of a friend. There's like three owners now that bought in kind of together, and they're going to take it over, and I have no idea how that is going.
Oh shit. Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats to them. I don't know if this is a good or bad thing,
Oh,
but
it's a good thing. We've been
oh
trying to
okay.
sell for a while.
Oh okay, yay.
Yeah, it's been great because
Mm-hmm.
it's like it was a lot of ups and downs. Like someone put an offer, COVID hit, and then they
Mm,
couldn't sell.
yeah.
And then it's like someone was interested, and then they ghosted them. And then it's like they were like this buyer was interested, and then they just like ghosted them for like a month, and then they came back again.
Hmm.
So a lot of ups and downs. Didn't want to jinx it, so
Mm-hmm.
didn't tell you until anything was all set in
Nice.
stone and done.
Nice. Damn.
Yeah.
You have another update.
Do I?
What happened? What happened after your COVID trip?
After my COVID
Sorry.
trip.
Yeah, it is a COVID trip.
Well, I mean, that was quote unquote my beefs, but I guess like
Oh,
okay,
okay.
it's fine. So on my COVID trip, apparently, because I went to just get COVID, I got COVID. I don't know if you've been able to tell from the difference in my voice. I don't know if it's going to sound any different.
Uh-huh.
I don't know because
When you hear this, you will see. You
do I
will
sound like
hear.
do I sound like a dying old man?
It sounds like very raspy. Like you kind of sound like Aquafina a little bit.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's not bad. I like her voice.
Hmm. It is cool.
So they say the COVID incubation period is 3 days. And in that 3 days, I mostly stayed at the hotel. I was outside. Like I went to a restaurant. No, okay. No one I was with has COVID. Um, so I don't know where I got it from. Like everyone else I was with tested negative. Jordan has continuously tested negative. So it's been a very lonely experience
Oh.
because it's like when we're around each other, like if we're in the same room, we have to wear a mask. The good thing
Oh.
is, the original thing was he was going to force me to go in the basement. Well, he was like jokingly, quotation marks, that he was going to force me to stay in the basement. Um, but then he was like, no, it's fine and everything. Like, he has been great at doing the things I need. He's basically had to cook for the entire time because I can't touch his food because like I might give
Oh.
him COVID. But my thing is like if you haven't gotten COVID from me now, you are not like if you didn't
Weird.
get it between in the incubation period, I think you're safe at this point.
I think so too. But I see he wants to be safe. But either way, he's gonna be attacked on either front. Either his mom and Joe or you or work.
Yeah. Separate. So I guess to add to that story, the week that we were gone, Jordan was supposed to go into his office, but his office had like a major COVID outbreak. And so they could only, like, they were only in the office for 1.5 days before they were sent home because of this COVID outbreak. So he could have gotten COVID there. And then separately, his mom and Joe also tested positive for COVID. His mom tested positive on Tuesday, and then Joe tested positive today. Um, so he was not escaping it, and somehow he did.
He was going to be attacked on all fronts.
Yeah, like Maggie said.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm thankful he has a different immune system
Mm-hmm.
because it's been nice having him go out and get things when I need them. He's been very nice about it, and he's just been going out whenever he can,
Oh.
whenever I need it. But he's also like being safe. Like he's not going to the gym or anything. He's going through like drive-throughs or like quickly going through grocery stores
Oh.
and still wearing a mask and everything. So we are doing the best.
Good to
I
hear.
think today technically is the end of my isolation. Um, but like we don't know if I'm not testing positive yet.
Good call.
Yeah. But overall, experience with COVID, not bad.
Yay to
I mean,
vaccines.
yeah, like on it,
Mm-hmm.
like go get vaccinated.
Yes. Also, Wanda is healthy, young, um, has no uh prior diseases that we know of. So
Yep,
this is
no.
why she has a fortunate experience. I mean, it still sucks and you're still sick, but
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, this is probably the best I've been, but you may see me wiping my nose a lot during this podcast
Yuck.
because I am. I apologized to
It's
Maggie
okay.
ahead of time, be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry if I sneeze," because I was like, "Oh, I might ruin the like recording and everything." And she's like, "It's okay. You're in a different room than me."
You're literally nowhere near me.
Yeah, which is like, yeah, I guess, but
But like me and the listeners don't care.
yeah, I mean, like it's still weird, right? Like,
Yeah. Do your
I,
thing.
yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Um, Yeah, but like still like mild, but still like bad. Like sore
Yes.
throat. Monday was like Monday was rocky. It was like I couldn't regulate my temperature for the
Oh
last two
God.
days. So like you just like burn up really high. Like I had a fever multiple times in the day, and then I got really cold. So I kept on going from hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. And it was just like whenever I was like warm, I was just like start sweating randomly. And now it's like I'll just sit up or do random things, and I'm like just sweating. And
Ugh.
I'm like, what the heck? But I think that's good, right? Like that's your immune system helping
Hmm.
you defend the
Um.
virus and everything.
Yeah. It does suck because you were probably one of the safest people during
Yeah,
COVID
that's what my
times.
mom
Yeah.
told me too. And she's like, "Well, now that you have COVID, like you might have like lasting impacts and blah 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 blah. Like you just don't know what like the virus is going to do in your body." And I'm like, "Okay, but like thanks for telling me now. Like I can't do anything about it." Like
Yeah. Like, what are you supposed to do? Go back in time and get Jordan to suck out the venom?
yeah, like like you know what? Like now that you've told me this, mom, I definitely won't get it.
Nice. Um.
Yeah.
This is very unfortunate, but I'm glad that you were still safe. You had a fun, safe trip, except for all the other stuff you were telling me about. But other than that, uh, Montreal for the win.
Yeah, honestly, I need Maggie still to go to Vancouver to make that assumption, but for the time being, yeah,
We'll see.
Montreal for the win.
Mhm. Mhm.
Anyways, enough about me. What do you have going on, or what did you have going on these past few weeks?
So I also did a COVID test. I've been negative. I did one on Sunday and then I did it today because I was feeling yucky. But I guess it's just allergies or just like the weird weather changes. Um, my other update is I have decided to start Accutane. I have not yet started it. My appointment is coming up, but I have spoke with my dermatologist, and he said to me very bluntly, like, Maggie, can I be your dad for just a minute? And I was like, I don't like where this is going. And he was like, you are way more attractive without all this going on. And I was like, okay, weird thing for a dad to say. And then I was like, yeah, okay, I see where you're going. And he's just like, you've been like dealing with this for like a while now. Like, you've tried like all options. Like, it's like I am probably one of the safest or the safest person to do this with because I was there first when Accutane was launched in Canada. I tried it first. Like, it's very, very safe with me. And I said, okay, sure, let's do this. And I talked to my mom. We had a discussion. She was very against it. But now I was like, you know what? At the end of the day, it's my body. We'll try it. So we will see how this goes. It sucks that I'm doing it during the summertime because I'm supposed to avoid the sun, avoid all alcohol, and I will be depressed. But this will be fun. It's only going to be like 6 months, I think. 9 months max. No, wait, 4 to 6 months. 6 months max, yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how this goes. Keep you updated.
Insane. I've heard, like, good for you. I'm glad, like, weird thing for your doctor to say, like, oh, you'd be
Mm-hmm.
so attractive without this acne? Like, is that what he meant?
I guess so, yeah. It's just like, it doesn't look great. And I'm like,
Why,
yeah, man, that's why I'm coming to you.
like, why does he need to be your dad to say that?
I don't know.
It, does he know your dad? Is he like, yeah, Maggie's dad criticizes her a lot.
Yeah, this is what an Asian dad would do. It does suck though, because I went to another doctor because I had this like kind of swollen like lymph node underneath my chin.
Hmm.
Yeah, underneath my chin. I went to another doctor and he was like, oh, take off your mask. And that was when it was like really bad. And he was like, oh, has that acne been there for a while? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's like hormonal acne. And he was like, maybe that lump has to do with your acne. And then he was like, oh, maybe like it's not hormonal. Maybe it's like from wearing a mask and everything. And I was like, I don't know why it'd be only to my chin then. Like, I don't think so, sir. And he was like, oh, I don't know, like, talk to your dermatologist. And I was like, okay, so you made me wait an hour to tell me that it was all related to my acne. And then it wasn't because I've never had that before. It was because I was suffering from a sinus infection, I believe. I just had a cold. It's gone
Oh,
now,
gosh.
but it's allergies now. So, fun times. That's my
Doctors.
love it. Love old
Yeah.
white men.
Yeah. Can't live with them, can't live without them.
Exactly. Um,
Wow.
yeah, this will be fun. Fun
Yeah.
journey.
Is like, I mean, like, not asking for permission or anything, but like, is Nick prepared for like
Hmm.
the turmoil that you're going to bring to
Hell
your
yeah.
was it
Actually, I was like messaging him about it because I like my doctor's appointment is like back home. Um,
Mhm.
and he like immediately Googled it and he was like, the symptoms and side effects sound really bad. Are you sure? This is scary. And I was
Oh.
like, well, it's only 4 to 6 months. Should be good. So, if birth control hasn't made me crazy yet, Accutane will.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, yeah, like, I'm like, honestly, I'm glad you're doing it because it's like, if you think it's best, like, I think it's best for you too.
Thanks, Mom.
But yeah, the side effects are quite crazy, and I've heard quite a few bad things about what it does to your body.
Mhm. Side story, I was reading it on Reddit and they're like, you need to Like it's an honor system, but you have to tell like the nurse or the doctor like that you're on contraceptives. Like they need to know that you're on two types of contraceptives. So like
Is
they make you
Accutane a contraceptive?
no. It's because
Oh,
like if you have a kid or get pregnant, like it's gonna fuck your kid up. So they're like, you really should not get pregnant on this. Like we do not want this to happen. So you need to be on birth control for at least a month apparently,
okay.
and take it throughout. And then I think you have the other one can be like condom or like actually someone's tried to put abstinence because they're like I'm single, like I don't want to, I'm a virgin or stuff like that, and the doctor was like, can you just put condom just in
Yeah.
case?
Like, I mean, it doesn't like you might as well. Like, that is fine.
Yeah.
The thing of contraceptives is abstinence. Best of luck. I'm
Thank you.
excited to hear about this journey and go on this journey with you.
Thanks. You won't know until the, I guess next week actually. Hmm. Next week is my appointment. Nice.
I hope you don't experience any of the super bad side effects.
I've read a lot of blogs. Apparently, it's month two that's really bad.
Ooh,
And it
okay.
makes like your whole body, like you suffer a lot of joint muscle pain. So even walking is like so painful, apparently. And you get so dry. And this girl was like an avid runner. And she was like, even walking was just like so difficult for me. It was so hard to do.
And this is just to
So,
treat hormonal acne. They couldn't
uh
think of
huh.
anything else to.
They just hate women.
But this isn't even like a female only problem.
Listen. Actually, yeah. Apparently, it's not that bad. Like, side effects may vary for each person.
Yeah, of
But you
course.
mostly will get dry skin. Love it in the
Still.
summertime. I get so oily, so this is a nice change.
Okay. I hope it works out for you. I hope your side effects do not vary and it's just perfection.
Thanks,
Everything
Mom.
your acne clears, manifesting it.
Thanks. Okay, cool. So, who's your beef or crush of the week?
So we're not going to mention this now because we're going to talk about it later, but my beef would have been the Roe v. Wade draft because, like everything else, all my beefs paled in comparison to it. But we're not going to talk about that yet. First beef that I had was one I already told Maggie yesterday because she had already asked me, and I felt weird being like, wait for the podcast for an answer.
It's a secret.
So Jordan is going to Berlin for a work trip because that's where his company's headquarters are. And he was so excited. He was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to go with you," referring to me. And he invited me, like a few months back, and I was like, "Okay, like that's so cool." And I was like, "Are you gonna be paying for me because it's like your work trip?" And he's like, "Yeah, like, they said that I just have to pay for your ticket and everything, and like the hotel or wherever Airbnb they're staying is like all covered and stuff, so it's like all good." I was like, "Okay." So, like they didn't get like a firm date yet. Usually it's pretty last minute, they said. So I was like, okay. And I was like, how's the Berlin trip going? He's like, yeah, like we don't know yet. And I was like, okay. So the end of April rolls around, they're in a meeting and they finally like decided, like, okay, you can choose any time in May. And he's like, cool. So they're looking at dates and stuff. And I was like, have you taken a look at how much like tickets are and everything? And he's like, no. I was like, okay. I'm just gonna like take a quick look. And he's like, okay. But they're flying the person, the other like him and the person he's going with first class. Or not first class, business class. Which is great because it's a pretty long flight and there's no direct flight. So it's like two business class seats, I guess. It's like over a 10-hour trip. Um and I looked at the tickets, I'm like, oh, they're like over $1,000. Like, you know this, right? And he's like, oh, um, yeah, uh, I guess. And I was like, are you gonna pay for me to fly business class too then? He's like, um, maybe like I'll pay like for the difference or something, or like I'll pay the base and you can pay the difference or something. And I'm like, I see. So when you asked me, had you already looked at the tickets? And he was like, no. And I was like, did you expect them to be this expensive? And he's like, no. I was like, okay, that sounds good. So for the entirety of the Vancouver trip that we were on, I was like, should I go? Like I was thinking about it. I was like, this is a lot of money. Like if you like we were talking to the other Matt, and they were like, he was mentioning this trip, and then Matt was like, "Oh, is Wanda coming with you?" And Jordan was like, "Um, yeah, I don't, yeah, I don't know." And then Matt was like, "Yeah, like if it was me, like I'd sit in business class, and like Wanda could sit in the back in economy and everything." And I was like, "This bitch." um, so in the end, we decided that I should not go because it is like 2 months of my half of rent if I was to go. And it just like doesn't really seem worth it to go because it's like, oh, he's there working anyways. Like it's the first time he's going, so he doesn't really know it that well. And he's probably going to go again in the future. So like I think it was a more economical decision, but my beef is still him for asking me and implying that I was going to go
Mm-hmm.
without checking the flight prices.
Got
But
too
he did
excited.
say, yeah, exactly. Which is like, I guess it's sweet. Like he wanted to go with me and everything, and he still
Mm-hmm.
does, but he does understand that it is very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And he said I couldn't say that as my beef because he's been taking care of me as I've been sick. So
That
just that's
is
that's the caveat for him.
that's what he's supposed to do. You're not gonna get a reward for that.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, like, but like, I guess like bare minimum, like he could have done a worse job. So he did better than the bare minimum. Over to you, Maggie. What is your beef this week?
My beef. It was going to be the Met Gala, but I don't know if we're gonna talk about that for current events. Um, but you know what? We can like briefly mention it. Um, I mean, the whole Roe v. Wade thing obviously trumps all of this, but Kim Kardashian now has made huge um ripples in the media, all because of her dress from Marilyn Monroe and saying she had to lose 16 pounds in 3 weeks and cut out all sugar and carbs and stuff, which is like, okay, like, I guess, like, one part of me is like, okay, I guess that's normal. Like, you want to look good in a dress, that kind of thing, like, whatever. But it's kind of weird for her to be like, oh, also, it was fake because I was watching another video where there was like a behind the scenes thing, and the dress doesn't actually fit her. Like from the back, they had to tie like a string on it, and she covered it up with like her feather boa thing. So, and she was telling everyone that the dress fit like a glove when it actually didn't. And she was telling everyone like, yeah, I had to starve myself for this. It was also worth it. Like it was great, and it's kind of like I guess enabling other people to do the same thing. Like, yes, you should starve yourself. You have to fit the clothes, not the other way around. And it's like so many. It's just an irresponsible thing to say, I guess, because she has this huge platform. She's going to say that and lie about it when the dress did not fit her like a glove. Um, so, like, was it even worth it, Kim? And you didn't even do the theme properly. It was the Gilded Age. You wore something from Marilyn Monroe, which was not that long ago. Um, yeah, kind of, and it's like insinuating that she and Marilyn Monroe had like the exact same body too. Like, wow, look, I'm like America's beauty icon now. Um, and also, remember when Marilyn Monroe was like remembered for her curves and like being plus size or whatever, like changing the
Yeah.
game kind of thing? She wasn't even that big. She
Yeah,
was so tiny.
I watched like the tape of like her singing happy birthday, and I'm like, she is so small.
Yeah, I think they said she was 120 pounds. And
Maybe
for
she
like
lost weight during that time.
I mean, granted, it was like back in those days, so everyone was like super skinny and ate like maybe an apple a day. Um, but yeah, unrealistic beauty standards and beauty
Yeah.
expectations. Ladies, do not starve yourself to fit in a dress. Just get a dress that fits you.
Yeah. I mean, like Lily Reinhart, I think, came out being like, oh, this is like so inappropriate. I can't believe you would like tell this to all these people who listen to you and everything. Um, but I also heard about the dress like not even fitting too, which is like, why would you lie? Like, I don't
Exactly.
understand lying when there's cameras around and like someone could very easily like dismantle your lie. Like, it just doesn't
Hmm.
make sense. Um,
Yeah.
the other thing was like everyone was like, "Oh, like it wasn't even made for her anyway, so like she looks like washed out, like it's not her skin tone and everything." And it's like kind of like not like it wasn't the best. Like, so I think in her original, when she first went to the Met Gala, like she wore that like she looked like she was wet look, right?
Oh, that was a great look.
Exactly. And that was actually inspired by like someone else, like someone else's look. And then like it was great. And like people were like, why didn't you just do the same thing where you wore like an inspirational thing instead? Like this was inspired by the Marilyn Monroe dress.
Hmm.
But like again, yes, like I think there was like an old like Hollywood kind of thing, and like that dress would have been good for that theme.
It was American history. That was a theme last year or the year before. But yeah.
Yeah. So like that would have been more fitting for that theme. But like when I think Gilded Age, and I was telling Maggie about this, I was thinking about like the show, like Gilded Age, which like no one like it didn't really look like anyone kind of followed that theme.
Except for my
So
girl Blake.
yeah, but she was like one of the chairs.
Oh, that makes sense.
So like if she did it, it'd be like, ugh.
Yeah. A lot of beefs with the Kardashians. They're always known to lie. I don't believe a single thing that comes out of their mouth. And now that Pete Davidson is tarnishing his reputation by dating a Kardashian, can't trust him.
So I've been watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and Travis Barker is actually such a sweetheart. And honestly, I did not expect him to be so nice.
He seems like a sweet guy.
He like you really couldn't I feel like I'm like stereotyping and like being biased and everything for like a man that's like covered head to toe with like tattoos. Um so I was like, "Oh, he must be like rugged and, like kind of closed off, but he's still like he's very like affectionate with like children and everything. Like he's so good to like with kids." And I was like, "Holy crap." And he's so like sweet. And I was like, "Oh, slight crush on Travis Barker."
Why are you watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, by the way?
Because I want to see Kim Kardashian meet Pete Davidson. Like I want to like that they're going to show that this
Oh,
season.
on the
I want to
SNL
see like
thing. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So I want to see how that kind of like happened and played
Hmm.
out.
Yeah. Very interesting. Did not expect that from you. But I guess you could have. I mean, you could have waited for the clip to come out on YouTube, but like, I respect the hustle, Wanda. I respect it.
I'm running out of things to watch, okay? Good beef.
Good beef, good crushes. Let's move on to current events. Okay, first one, Roe v. Wade, obviously. Someone had leaked Superior Court of United States documents and said that the court is talking about overturning Roe v. Wade. For those who don't know, it was a case that made abortion legal throughout the U.S. I don't really know the history of Roe v. Wade. Do you have anything else to share about that?
I don't know that much about the history, but I think it was based on someone in like worked in finance, and then like he found out his like girlfriend was pregnant or like was bleeding out because of like a botched like illegal abortion, I think. Um but again, don't quote me about that. Like have not read much into the history of like how it became a thing.
Yeah, we're only here with approximate information, guys.
Yeah, don't come to us for like the actual like we're just here to give opinions.
Yeah, so it was from 1973. Pregnant women's liberty to choose to have an abortion without excessive government restriction. This was great because it makes abortion safe for everyone. It makes it regulated with the government. Basically, free options for everyone, giving people the right to make their decisions with their bodies. But now that abortion is going to be illegal, this is very scary because this only takes safe abortion out of the picture. It does not take illegal, dangerous abortions out of the picture. If you haven't seen Dirty Dancing, remember that girl almost died on the table because of that botched abortion. Now, this happens all the time. And then people are talking about like coming to Canada to get their abortion, but it's like, what if you're poor? Like, a lot of obstacles are in your way. This is very dangerous, a very scary time to be a woman. The Supreme Court is coming out and saying, we're going to do some research and digging and investigation into how this even leaked out. But like, you're going to investigate that. And also, it sets a precedent that if they can overturn this rule, what about all the other ones? Will segregation become a thing again? Gay marriage is no longer a thing? What else will be illegal? United States is becoming very scary. This is what happens when you have two parties.
Um, and one party is actively going against the best interests of its people.
Mm-hmm.
This watching this unfold really makes me want to rewatch The Handmaid's Tale because it's like very accurate. Like Margaret Atwood, scarily accurate. And
Yeah.
she actually talked about that actually. I think a few years ago she was like dystopian future.
Yeah. It's very scary that nothing is really set in place.
Yeah,
What's the
the
point of
rights and
laws?
yeah. I mean, this wasn't a codified law, which is kind of the issue. It was like just
Base.
precedent. It was like the top precedent, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like every other case kind of like mentioned it for like the government not having control over like the human or like the human body. Like it's the whole privacy thing. So like as Maggie mentioned, like interracial marriage is something that could be on the chopping block next. Contraception, the access to it, and doctors being able to provide it. The like gay marriage also probably like people are expecting gay marriage will go next. Um, and then contraception, and then maybe in the future, interracial marriage. So super scary for what this means for the United States. It's becoming the dystopian of Christian tyranny. Is that the word?
Are we gonna blame it on Christian lawmakers?
It's not even like Christian lawmakers. Like I read this thing or like I saw this TikTok on Reddit that was like everything that is like anti-abortion, anti-LGBTQIA plus is like it all goes back to this one group of people or like this one organization. And I think it's called like I don't it's like it's a three-letter acronym. And it's like this Christian organization that basically is like funding all of this and like trying
Oof.
to like get all of this. And they're like pretty much like Christian extremists.
Yeah.
Um,
And they have that much money and funding?
yeah, apparently,
Dang.
because it's like I mean, think about it. Like, how many people are Christian? I guess
Yeah.
in the United States that have money
Mm-hmm.
because white people, old white people.
Yeah. If any
Um,
Americans are out there, tell us how you feel about this.
I think that I read that it's like there's 22 states that automatically have things put in place that once Roe v. Wade gets overturned, will like automatic like a law will be put into place making getting abortions illegal.
Illegal?
Illegal. Like automatically the law would be put into place in that state and it would make it
Wow.
illegal. Yeah.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And it's even scary, I guess, in Canada. Have less of this fear happening because I think I read somewhere that it was like 90% of Canadians think that like abortion should be legal.
Yeah,
And so it's one of those issues that the federal government just kind of doesn't touch anymore, or like if someone does touch it, it becomes like a big controversy and they eventually like lose.
good call. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's terrifying.
Yeah. It so like I've always thought about moving to the States and like I would never probably go to a red state, but like even being in a blue state, like it's like, yeah, I know that my rights are protected in the state, but it's like it's still terrifying. Like even being in like California or something, I think it'd be like scary to be like a female and knowing that like you could just like walk across a border and something could like I don't know. It just feels so unsafe. And like saying that from like not even being there, I feel like I feel unsafe. Um
Yeah, I'm glad that it was leaked. That means
yeah.
someone was like really, really they were willing to risk their career and life on the line to leak this document. So shout out to that whistleblower.
Yeah, I wonder if they get whistleblower status after this.
They'll probably come out in like maybe a few months.
I'm hoping like they kind of like they don't find anyone
I
because
hope
it's
so
like
too.
well, like I guess it depends on like what the intent of like the leak was. Like, was the intent of the leak because they're like, oh, well, the preliminaries are coming up, so like I want people to know and go register to vote and go vote in like November and everything? Or is this like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of conspiracies going around about like why this person would have leaked it. It's almost like it's so hard to comment on it.
Yeah.
If you're go the people who are actively protesting this, um, we are with you.
May
We
the
support
fourth
you.
be with you.
Yeah.
Um, Other news, very Hunger Gamey, I guess, for the news to be circulating talking about either the Met Gala or Roe v Wade. Like the rich of
Yeah.
the rich, partying, eating great food, wearing dresses, and us paying attention to their fashion. And the common people worrying about Roe v Wade and survival.
I thought it was so strange. I was seeing like Met Gala news because I was like, didn't Met Gala like just happen?
I thought so too.
Timothy Chalamet, Billie Eilish, Amanda Gorman, Naomi Osaka, honorary
Oh yeah,
chairs
her.
Tom Ford, Adam Mosseri, and Anna Wintour.
Oh yeah, Anna Wintour has to approve everything from what I
Yeah.
hear.
Honestly, like kind of want her job and her reputation, you know? Kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool. Like I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she's terrible, but you know, like
Yeah,
me.
very cool. Very cool position.
Yeah.
And
The
only
con-
the coolest of the cool people get invited to this Met Gala.
I was like reading about like her approval process, I guess, and it's just like she has to like okay it all, and it's like if someone like doesn't go, like she has to like go fill the seat. And it, like
Whoa.
through like a secondary like I guess list of people.
Oh,
And like
yeah.
it could be very much like the same week you find
Mm-hmm.
out you're going because like someone else like dropped out or
Yeah.
something.
That's what Eugene was saying too. Eugene Lee Yang from
Yeah.
the Try Guys. And she has to approve your outfit,
Yeah.
which
Which
is
is
like
like
insane. Like
why
micromanager to the top level.
like why did she approve some of these outfits?
Yeah, I think like the most shocking one was like one of the creative directors had like an insane outfit, and I don't know if you saw it. I'm gonna post a picture here for you guys to see.
He looks like fish. Yeah, like, I understand like it's kind of open to interpretation and everything, like the whole theme, but like some things are just like what? Like
Yeah, a lot of these,
not you
like
like
Kylie's look, don't know how that was gilded. Very ugly.
yeah, baseball cap, like wedding dress, like what?
People do comment that all the women have to dress up so nicely, and the men can just wear tuxedos and call it a day.
Yeah, I think that is very problematic. But you could go like the what's his name? Shawn Mendes route and spice it up a little, you know?
What did he wear? I actually didn't see his look.
He wore like a Doctor Strange like coat.
Is it gilded?
I don't know what gilded is like in this particular definition. So it's set in like the Civil War era between the years 1870 to 1900. So for those of you who watch the Gilded Age, that's kind of like I guess like the creator like of the show, like Julian, he's like very good at like making sure everything is like on point and like very historically accurate and everything. So that's kind of what the Gilded Age is in terms of fashion. And no one really kind of got close to that.
I mean, Billie Eilish kind of did, but it doesn't look flattering.
So this like Billie Eilish probably yeah, like this is what I expect when I think of like Gilded Age. Like
Hmm.
there's not like much of an interpretation, I guess. So it's like the pushed up boobs, the back hump and everything. Like this the corset very Gilded
Hmm.
Age. Good for her. Like I think she's very good at following the
The
theme.
memo.
Like
Nice.
I think she the old Hollywood look that she had or like American history, like that was like chef's kiss.
It didn't look flattering, but yes, it she
What? You
understood
think
the
the
theme.
Oh, okay. This year, not the like that, not like the pink flowy dress that
I
she
don't think
had.
it was
The
that flattering either.
Are you serious? She looked like I was like I would wear that dress.
I think it was Oscar de la Renta. She told them that she wouldn't wear them until they agreed to go to stop using like animals or furs and stuff. and then she wore their dress.
Aw, for her.
I really like that theme that Rihanna did. I don't think she
What is
chose
it?
it, but it was when she was, I think, co-chairing it. It was Heavenly Bodies. That was a beautiful theme.
Oh, was it the one where she was like in that like Pope like
Mm-hmm.
and the yeah? I think that was made by a Chinese designer, and that dress is actually like one of the most like iconic dresses that has ever like graced the Met Gala, I
Wow.
think. But like, ooh, so I watched the video about I watched the video with Anna Wintour like breaking down like the most iconic Met Gala looks, and she brings up every single designer except for the one who designed Rihanna's like Heavenly Bodies look.
Wow. Why?
And no idea. Might be racist. She was the only one who was Asian. Or like the only one who's like
Wow.
Chinese, I guess. I don't know, but it was like a lot of people commented on the video. They're like, why didn't she mention the designer at all? But when she mentioned the designer for the all like the other things, and it's like maybe she forgot, but I'm like, suspicious. Like, why wouldn't you want to credit that? Like, she did amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It was gorgeous.
A lot of current
Fantastic.
events.
The current events, the
Roe v.
Met
Wade and Met Gala. That's
Gala.
all we want to talk about.
Yeah, yeah,
On the plus side, the Met Gala will die down probably by the end of this week. But Roe v. Wade will continue strong as ever. Keep it
I'm
in the news.
hoping.
Keep talking about it.
Yeah, like I mean, like the whole Texas abortion thing was in the news cycle for like a while, like maybe a week and stuff, but then it just died down. But I don't think the law ever really got struck down.
Yikes.
So, um, not not great. It just like sucks, you know? Like what like first Russia invades Ukraine, then Roe v. Wade gets overturned. Like what else is next for 2022?
Very scary. A lot of rapes happening, which comes with war, but yeah, there. I saw this thing on Reddit where they're flying out like a lot of emergency contraceptives to Ukraine because of all the rapes that are going on.
Yeah, and it's not just women, young
Mm-hmm.
men too,
Mm-hmm.
and boys. Okay, so kind of some sad things happening in the world at this time. I'm hoping it gets better. We're hoping it gets better. Maybe the Supreme Court would get swayed by public opinion and change their decision. Who knows?
Let's hope we
Um,
have enough influence.
yeah, us in particular. I hope they cite apologetically me when they change their decision.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for tuning in again. Go follow us on social media, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and go like us where and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. And join us again next Thursday for another episode of Apologetically Me. Bye.
Bye.